Module 5, Signing and Co-signing Progress Notes. This module will demonstrate how a progress note is signed and, when necessary, co-signed in CareLink San Francisco. By the end of this video, you will be able to be familiar with the functionality of the links at the bottom of the progress note: print, fax, lock, details, and scan. Print a visit summary to meet meaningful use criteria. Lock a progress note in CareLink San Francisco from the progress note and the office visit screens. Assign a progress note for co-signing. Merge in and edit in an attestation template. In the last module, we had just finished charting on a progress note. Before we go on to signing the encounter, attesting, or co-signing, I want to discuss the buttons at the bottom of the progress note. The first button is the print button. Click the green arrow next to print, and this is where you'll be able to access the print visit summary. Providing each patient with a visit summary is a meaningful use requirement. Click on Print Visit Summary, and you can choose what categories you want the patient to receive. So for example, if I want them to have a copy of the next appointment details, health recommendations, and immunizations, as well as preventative medicine, I can then preview what the patient will be getting, and this is what it looks like. Visit summaries can also be edited. Use the printer icon to print out the visit summary. After the print button, we have the fax button. Click on the green arrow for a menu of options. For example, it's possible to fax consult notes. Click on consult notes, and then it's possible to designate specifically which note sections you want to fax. After the fax is recorded, this is for those who have voice recognition technology enabled on their computers. This is generally not used in the DPH system with some rare exceptions. We'll discuss lock in greater detail in just a bit. This is how notes are signed in CareLink San Francisco. Details contains features required for assigning and co-signing progress notes, and so I will discuss that in greater depth in a few minutes as well. Scan. It's possible to scan from the progress note using the scan button. Templates are discussed in the Templates and Order Set module. Claim button is not used in CareLink San Francisco. And letters brings you to where you can send letters. It's the same link as that found on the patient hub. And the last button is the ink button. This feature allows a clinician to chart directly onto a form that's been uploaded into the computer. Locking a progress note is the same as signing a progress note. In CareLink San Francisco, there are two places you can lock a progress note. The first place is from the progress note itself and the lock button here. The second place is from the office visit screen. To lock a progress note from the office visit screen, check the box next to the name of the patient whose note you want to lock and click Lock Progress Notes. Once the progress note is locked, the lock icon next to the name will appear closed, and when you view the progress note, it will appear in this format. Note the city seal over here, and at the very bottom of the progress note will be the electronic signature. Because I am not actually a provider, there is a placeholder where my signature would be. To show you what they look like, however, we can go to Previously Signed Progress Note, and this is one version of what a signature might look like. In some of the CPOC clinics, they are actually using signature pads or JPEGs to upload signatures. In those cases, the signature will appear like this each time a progress note is locked. Once the progress note is locked, the only way to chart on it is through adding an addendum. To do that, click the addendum button, type in what you'd like, and then the addendum will appear above the signature. The advantage of locking progress notes from the office visit screen is that you can lock more than one at a time. Note the check mark in the notes status. In the previous module, I pointed out these buttons here. Close is used when there's still charting to be done, but done means you're completely done with charting. Once you click this button, that check mark is the same one that you see in the note stat. At the end of the day, I can select each progress note that has the check next to it and then lock them all at once using the button Lock Progress Notes here. While it's possible to unlock your own progress note, it's very much not recommended to do so. Before I lock this progress note, I'm going to show you how to bring in an attestation. When attendings and residents are working together, it's important to bring over the attestation before the note is locked. The attestation is a template, and therefore I have it in my favorite templates here. I click the arrow next to Attending Resident Attestation. The attestation then appears under Physical Examination. Click on the green to edit any of the information, and that's it. The typical resident cosign process will go like this. The attending will access the patient's progress note, and the first thing they'll do is confirm that the provider is the attending's name. If the provider's name is not here, if it's the resident's name, they'll go to Details, change Appointment Provider Resource. Then they'll make their changes here using the ellipsis to do staff lookup. The attending will then merge the attestation note as previously described. The resident, once the attestation is merged and the notes are done, will lock the note, then assign the note to the correct attending. Click the green arrow next to Details. Click Change Assign To. From will be the person logged in. Use the pull down to find your attending. Add any notes. And then click OK. Leave the cosign and review radio buttons empty. The provider, to cosign the note, will go to the S link next to the S jelly bean and click on Review Progress Notes. From here they can review the progress note, and if they're satisfied, click on the ellipsis in the status column. The Assign Change Progress Note window opens. Click Cosign. Click OK. Now the cosigned signature will also be present on the progress note. This concludes Module 5.